हरि ओम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। Welcome you all to Ola Sanskrit Sahitya Rasaswada series, and we are reading Abhidnyana Shakuntalam. Last lecture we just completed the Prastavana, but I was in a hurry to complete that, so I missed some important points. So quick recap of what we missed in the last lecture. Okay, so the very basic thing is when Sutradhara says Abhirupa Bhuishtha Iyam Parishad, and I said that Abhirupa is Abhigataha Rupam, right? And then Abhirupa also means a Pandita or Buddha. Now Raghava Bhatta in his commentary he says Iyam hi Rasa Bhava Vishesha Diksha Guroho Vikramaadityasya Abhirupa Bhuishtha Parishad iti. See, the commentator Raghava Bhatta, he has taken this from one other manuscript and he clearly endorses. This is a very important thing, because it throws light on the probable date of Kalidasa, right? So there are so many theories about the dates of Kalidasa, and one of the dates is he flourished in the Vikramaditya, the court of King Vikramaditya. Now this was a title borne by Chandragupta the second of the Gupta dynasty, not the Maurya dynasty, right? And so this is the 5th century CE period, 5th century AD, and we have, that Vikramaditya had Navaratnas in his court, and Kalidasa, Amarasimha, Kshapanaka, etc., etc. They were, so Kalidasa was one of those 9 Ratnas. So this Pathabheda, or this what you can say an endorsement in the Tika, in a way gives or places Kalidasa in the Gupta period. So I missed telling you that. I should not miss the important points, right? So that is Abhirupa Bhuishtha Parishad. Then we saw the Raga, Aparitoshad Vidusham Na Sadhu Manye Prayoga Vijnanam, etc. Now here the Sutradhara seems to be a little bit tensed, because he sees some probable difficulties in the completion of the enactment or the successful prayoga of this drama. There are some 2-3 reasons for that. See, the first and the foremost is this Parishad is Abhirupa Bhuishtha. So that gives him tension. If when you are going to present a paper and you see all your peers, all your senior faculty members are there in front of you, you will be pressurized, right? Oh, what am I going to say in front of all these? They are going to judge me, right? And therefore the judges are there, Abhirupa Bhuishtha Parishad, and therefore Sutradhara is little bit worried about that. Okay, of course he has invited them, but then whenever there is an evaluation or judgment of what you are presenting, you always feel a little bit nervous. So that nervousness is there for this reason. Second reason is when he says Adya Khalu Kalidasa Grathita Vastuna. See, here he mentions Kalidasa just by the name. You go to the first 2 dramas, and the very first drama especially, Malavikagnimithram, Kalidasa himself is very apprehensive of his own work. And he quotes Bhasa, Kaviputra, Saumillakadinam, Prabandhan, and that too Prathita Yashasam. Bhasa, Kaviputra, Saumillakadinam, Prabandhan Atikramya, Katham Vartamana Kavehe, Kalidasasya Kritau Parishado Bahumanaha. So Kalidasa himself is very apprehensive. Here now in the Abhijnana Shakuntalam, he has gained name and fame. Naam hi kafi hai. Kalidasa Gratita Vastu. He doesn't need any prefixes, he doesn't need any suffixes, and he keeps silent about himself. There are other scholars, other dramatists who talk a lot about themselves. This is my drama and this and that. Kalidasa has said only Kalidasa Gratita Vastu. So Kalidasa is famous by this time, right? So any 19-20 in the Prayoga will directly talk about the capability of Sutradhara as a stage manager, and therefore he is little apprehensive, okay, about the success of this. So that is reason number 2. The reason number 3 is, he says, Navena Kalidasa Gratita Vastuna Navena Abhijnana Shakuntalakhyena Natakena Upasthathavyam Asmabhihi. So this is a Nava Vastu, Navena Natakena. Anything, and this is the first ever maiden prayoga, maiden performance. The first ever performance of that, and for first performance, everybody is little bit nervous, right? So these are the 3 reasons. We just brushed aside, in a hurry to complete that prastavana. Of course, there were some remarks of that, but not to this methodical manner, right? So these are the 3 reasons, and we have, Pratipatram Adhiyatam Yatna. So every patra, his nepatya should be perfect. His Veshabhusha and his Vachika Abhinaya. So Nati, he is asking, have you ensured that everybody is dressed up well and he remembers all the dialogues, etc.? They are all okay? Kisi ka gala to baitha nahi hai? I mean, you have to take care of so many other things backstage. So he is worried about all that. And then Nati says, oh, this is not your first prayoga. Suvihita prayogataya aryasya na kimapi parihasyate. And then he says, no, it's not like that. Aparitoshad vidusham. So this is a special performance where the judges are invited, and till they get completely satisfied, completely gratified, I won't call it a day. Okay, and therefore Balavadapi Shikshitam. Now this Balavadapi Shikshitam also I have missed making some remarks on that. So Balavat, this particular Balavat, Matu Pratyaya, okay, Balavat. So with which noun does it go? Is it an adjective or an adverb? In what sense Kalidasa has used it? He says, Balavadapi Shikshitanam Atmani Apratyayam Chetaha. So there are 2-3 nouns with which Balavat can go. Balavat, forcefully, with emphasis, impactfully and all that. Balavat. So Balavat could be Shikshitana, number 1. Howsoever trained, in the Shastras, the people may be, yet Atmani Apratyayam Chetaha. So Balavat could go with Shikshitana. Is it Balavat goes with the Chetaha? Shikshitanam Atmani Balavadapi Chetaha Apratyayah. Is it with Chetaha, the mind? Though otherwise it is so very firm, and with the spirit of determination and decisive, sometimes it feels, thoda shaky, dicey lagta hai, right? Balavadapi chetaha atmani apratyayah. So that is number 2. And 3 is whether it is balavat for apratyayam, atmani apratyayam. So again there are 3. All these 3 things are discussed by various, I am referring to 4 books I told you, right? R.D. Karmarkar, M.R. Kale, Gajendra Gadkar, and the Marathi edition of Rasham Balimbe. And I had told you that this Abhijnana Shakuntalam by Rashim Balimbe is available with the Bhagavat Book Depot. The original book is no more available. But what is Bhagavat Book Depot? The people there, they do it, they Xerox it, and they just have this binding and all, and they sell it for some 500 bucks. Okay, so they are making money on this. But then, so these are the 4 books which I am referring to. Of course, the Hindi translations here and there, and plus Nirukti and the koshas and all that. So this is all my sadhana samagri before reading Shakuntala with you all. Okay, so here Balavat, when I say, whether it goes with Shikshitanam or with Chetaha or with Atmani Apratyaya, etc. So this is an adjective which is used as a noun, or this is an adverb used as an adverb. So there is a question mark. But as the translation goes, I think we had done the translation. I do not consider my knowledge of representation to be perfect. The heart of men, although well instructed, heart of men, chetaha, well instructed, shikshitanam, well is balavat. Balavat shikshitanam api has no confidence in itself. Atmani apratyaya. Okay, Atmani apratyayam. So Sutradhara is diffident. We have seen the reasons for that. Sutradhara's diffidence, and when it comes to Nati, she says suvihitasya suvihita prayogataya aryasya na kinchidapi parihiyate. So the confidence of Nati on one hand and diffidence of Sutradhara on the other, that is a virodha. Kalidasa always points out some sort of virodha, and through virodha the charm flourishes all the more. The beauty of that, the appreciation is more for all these things. And anantara karaniyam arya ajñapayatu, anantara, there is no delay. Antara is some delay, kala apavyaya, desha apavyaya, something in between, right? And therefore anantaram, there is no delay in between. Immediately next what is to be done. And then kimanyad asyaha parishadaha shruti prasadanataha, and then she sings, and after singing that Ishadisha Chumbitani, on that also he says Pramadaha Shirisha Kusumani. I think we did it well, that thing. But Aho Raga Baddha Chitta Vrittihi, Raga. So what is a Raga? In Sangeeta Ratnakara, the definition of Raga comes. Okay? In Sangeeta Ratnakara, the definition comes of this Raga. And it is stated that, where is it? Not Mahasattvaha. This is Dhvani Visheshaha and Ragaha iti uchyate. So this is Raga. In the Sangeeta Ratnakara, the definition comes in that, and it goes like this. I will tell you right now. Dayamanaha Pramadaha. So this Raga is defined that Yosau Dhvani Visheshastu Swara Varna Vibhushitaha. Yaha asau Dhvani Visheshaha Swara Varna Vibhushitaha Ranjakaha Janachittanam Saragaha Kathito Budhaihi. What is called Raga? So that is Dhvani Vishesha. This is a modulation of Dhvani, of the Swara. Swara Varna Vibhushitaha. There are Swara, and this is all musicology. I am not a musicologist, so I can't explain in these things. Maybe those who learn music, they can throw more light on that. But main thing is Ranjako Janachittana, which pleases, entertains, and gladdens the heart of the people. Saragaha Kathito Budhaihi. So that is called as Raga according to Sangeeta Ratnakara. Okay. So this Raga Baddha Chitta Vrittihi Alikhitaha, etc. So that is the thing which when he says that because of your Geeti, because your song, the whole auditorium is spellbound, and it appears to me as if it is painted in a picture, it's drawn in a picture. So normally, before the exact performance starts, the enactment starts, the people are little upset, they are talking to each other, and the small children would be crying and talk. I mean, there is so much of ruckus and so much of sammarda, and people are talking loudly and all that. But once that Geeti starts, and because Nati has sung it so beautifully, the auditorium is spellbound. Okay, and then she says Arya Sadhu Geetam, etc. And he is carried away by her song, and Tadidanim Katamat Prakaranam Ashritya Enam Aradhayamaha. He simply forgets that he is going to present Abhijnana Shakuntalam at the Navena Natakena, he just simply forgets and says, oh, I am so carried away. Did I tell you which is the thing we are going to present today? Katamat Prakaranam Ashritya. Now here some scholars and commentators have commented, why Kalidasa used here Prakarana? Prakarana is a type of another drama, like Malati Madhavam, like Mritchakatikam, right? So these are the Prakaranas. It's a 10-act drama where the Nayika is Sadharana Stri. Okay, she is not from the royal family or so, she is a Sadharana Stri. The hero is also Sadharana. So here in Mritchakatika it is Charudatta, Vaishya and Vasantasena, that is Prakarana. It is a typical type, a particular type of a Rupaka. In the Dasha Rupaka, Vithi, Bhana, Prahasana, Ekanka, Usrishtakanka, Vyayoga, Nataka, there it is Prakarana. First he has said Navena Natakena. Now he is so carried away that he forgot that he is presenting a Nataka, and he is asking which Prakarana am I going to present. But I think, Prakarana need not be taken in that technical sense of a 10-act drama. He is simply carried away and say, oh, what I am going to present today? Did I tell you something? And then she says, Nanu Arya Mishraihi. Okay? Prathamam eva ajñaptam. Arya Mishraihi. Arya, normally we have seen that Arya and Arya Putra, these are the two vocatives which a lady uses to address her husband. Here she is not using Arya Putra or simply Arya. She is using Arya Mishra. Now what is this Mishra? We have the surname called Mishra these days. Mishra or Mishra. It has come from that. What is Mishra? Again, there are some comments on that. Mishra is a mixture of so many Shastras together. So one who has studied many Shastras, so one who is an expert in interdisciplinary studies, multidisciplinary studies, he is called Mishra. It's not a Samanya surname, right? So those of you who are bearing the surname Mishra, be proud of your surname. So Mishra, some people say it is Vedanta Vid. Those who are expert in, like Mandana Mishra, Vachaspati Mishra, right? Mandana Mishra, Vachaspati Mishra. So Vedanta Vid, and others say Abhyasta Bahushastratvad Mishra iti Katyate. Abhyasta Bahushastratvad. So I missed this point also. This is very important. So I just wanted to have a recap on all these things. Okay. And now we know that Kalidasa is so confident about himself. He has matured after writing 2 dramas previously, and therefore in this 3rd drama, he doesn't hesitate at all. There are no hiccups for him. It just sails through. The Prastavana just is so very smooth and so very short. He doesn't have to elaborate on anything which he wants to really state. So, Tavasmi Gita Ragena Harina Prasabham Manaha Esha Rajeva Dushyantaha, and that we saw that this is the Prayogatishaya type. Okay, so I think I took half an hour for almost 15-20 minutes for the recap, but I think it was necessary. Now tatah pravishati mriganusari, tatah pravishati, this is a typical stage direction, nandyante tatah pravishati, etc. Mriganusari, sa shara chapahastaha, raja rathena sutascha, rathena raja pravishati, with ratha. Now it is not possible to show the ratha, so they have to enact both the suta, he will be in the front, and raja is rathi, and therefore he is standing. Suta may be like sitting, seated. So they have to enact like that. Rajanam mrigam chavalokya ayushman. Now whenever Suta has to address the king, it is always Ayushman. Oh, long-lived one. And Suta is a charioteer, but according to the Dharma Shastras, Suta is basically Kshatriya's son born of a Brahmani Stri, Vipra Stri. Kshatriya Jataha Viprakanyayam Suta ityabhidiyate. And they, by their vocation was to be the charioteer of the kings, and therefore Suta later on became a generic name for a Sarathi, for a charioteer. Okay. So this is the Dharma Shastra, and the commentators have commented on that also, but this is enough for us now. Krishna sare dadachakshuhu tvaicha adhijya karmuke mriganusarinam sakshat pashyamiva pinakinam. Krishna sare dadachakshuhu, the Suta is telling the king, my one eye is on that Krishna sara, that mriga, which is mriganusari, right? So he can't, take his sight away from that mriga, because he has to drive that cart, that carriage. Wherever the mriga is going, left mudo, right mudo, like this, So one eye is on that, and one eye is on the king, who is already, Nazrecha tappyat ala ki baan maraycha. Just he is waiting for the right moment, so that it is in the reach of his arrow, the fall of his arrow, and then he will shoot at it. So Krishna sare dadachakshuhu tvaicha adhijya karmuke. Adhijya, with the jaw ready, like just shooting that is what is left out. Karmuka is a dhanushya, is a chapa. Okay, so Karmuka, chapa, dhanu, all are synonyms, and ja is the guna, the dhanur guna, the string of the dhanu. Normally it is made up of the animal, animal fat. It is made up of animal fat. If you know, in the Panchatantra there is a story of a Shrugala. He is a very greedy Shrugala, and somebody had shot an arrow, but the person, the hunter is dead, and the Varaha is also dead. I mean, both are dead. The Varaha pounced upon that hunter, and in the meanwhile, the arrow had already shot that Varaha. So when the fox comes, their greedy fox, he is so happy, I have got so much food now, today, right? But then he says, he thinks that there is some fat to that dhanur guna, let me lick that first and then I will eat this. And while doing that, it gets, bounced back upon him, and the fox is also dead. So, ati lobhaha vinashakari. For that, there is a, kabhi bachpan mein suni thi ye story, greedy fox. Anyhow, so that is made up of some animal fat. So, Krishna sare dadachakshuhu tvayi cha gives you tulya kalatva. At the same time, my eye is looking at the mriga as well as you. I have to keep an eye whether you both should be on the same in the same straight line, so that the king's arrow can shoot. So the Suta has to be carefully wade his way through the thick bushes and of the forest, and so that the king will be able to shoot an arrow. Now Krishna Sara, again for this, Krishna Sara, we have a very nice comment on this by Gajendra Gadkar, and he calls this Sara, Krishna Sara. Sara has so many different meanings. Yesterday we saw, yesterday means the last lecture, not yesterday. We saw that Saranga, Saram Angam Asya iti. So Saranga, Sara is spots. So one who has a spotted body, and therefore Saranga means a deer. Okay. And Saram Angam Asya. Even, this also means an elephant, because when an elephant is very youthful, Majala eto hatti tema, it develops brownish color, honey colored spots on its body. It is according to the Hasti Ayurveda of Palakapya Rishi. There is an Ayurveda for Hasti as well, Hasti Ayurveda. So when the elephant gets the youthful state, the mother, the ichor, the rat starts oozing, and it develops the brownish honey colored spots on its body. Therefore elephant is also called Saranga. And Saram Gayati, we saw it last time. Brahmara also. So Saranga. So there are so many words, but Sara is spotted or mottled, variegated. Sara Shabala Vatayoho. So Saranga is Shabala, and therefore it is Sarang Krishna Sara. This is a black antelope having spots on its body. Krishna Sara, black antelope. Dadat Chakshuhu Tvaicha Adhijya Karmuke Mriganusarinam Sakshat Pashyami Iva Pinakinam. And then the second remark is very, very wonderful. Suta is reminded of Pinakin, that is Shiva, who is following Mriga. Now what is this? So this story you can find in so many Puranas, right? This is the Dakshadhvara Mathana Katha. You all know, right? Dakshadhvara Mathana Katha. And Sati, the wife of Shiva, and Dakshayani, she is basically the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, was not invited by Daksha when he performed a great sacrifice, great yajna. He invited all other his daughters, but excepting this one, Sati. And Sati, mere pitaji ke ghar hi to jana hai, why do I need an invitation? So she went. Though Shiva tried to, persuade her and dissuade her from going, she just went, no, I am going to my father's house. He, of course, didn't go. And there, Daksha Prajapati, ulti sidhi baat kahi Shiva ke bare mein. And then, she could not take the insult and humiliation of her husband, and she jumped into that sacrificial fire. And it is self-immolation of Sati. When Shiva learnt about it, he came there, in the form of Bhairava, and that Bhairava tahas nahas kar diya pura Yagyashala ko, right? And then Daksha fled away from the Yajnashala in the form of a deer. And Bhairava, that is Shiva in the form of Bhairava, followed him to kill him. He ultimately killed him, but the yajna has to be fulfilled, and therefore there was the head of Aja, a goat, was fixed on Daksha's head, and then the yajna got completed. That is the rest of the story. Okay, the story is very, very important and very, very interesting. It solves so many riddles of the Vedic things. This is not the time now for that. But I often tell it in the Pushan Sukta, the Bhaga Sukta and all that, how all these gods, they were punished, and they suffered at the hands of Shiva Bhairava. So sometime else I will tell you about it. So, or you can listen to some of the Vedic talks and you will know it for sure. So this is Mriganusarinam Pinakinamiva. Pinaka happens to be the bow in the form of Shiva. Shiva took the bow in his hand only once, and that is to kill Daksha. And this is depicted in the sky in the form of the stars. Okay, so this is the Mriga Vyadha Nakshatra. Mriga is the Daksha, Vyadha is the hunter, so Mriga Vyadha Nakshatra. So this is depicted. In fact, all these stellar things, the star myths or the star stories, they are given a historical or what you can say a legendary approach by the Pauranikas, and therefore the stories become very, very interesting. Now, while identifying Dushyanta with Pinakin, there is Shivatvam Suchyate. Dushyanta is as as powerful, as valorous as Shiva. And you remember the first Nandi Shlok also, that Ashtamurti Shiva, and the king is one of the 8 parts, 8 forms of Shiva. So here Shivatvam Tasya Suchyate. And secondly, the arrow will be infallible. Okay, it won't miss its target at all. It will be aimed at the Mriga, and the Mriga will be dead soon. So that is also suggested. So this is a very interesting thing, and some what is that? Dyotana, the Dhvani Kavya also. This is Utpreksha Alankara, Pinakinam Iva. This Iva is not Upamarthe, it is Utpreksharthe. And so this is, for I think I'll skip that sutta and all. It is not that important. But I told you that it is Brahmanyam Viprakanyayam Kshatriya Jataha Putraha Suta Ityabhidiyate. Okay. So this is Pinaki, and this is not Upama because the Pinaki is not there in person, the Gaja Charmadhari, as if I see in you the Pinaki. So as if, that means it is Anutpreksha. Okay. Suta, Duram Amuna Sarangena Vayam Akrishtaha. We have been carried away so far by this Sarangena or Krishna Sarena. This is Saranga, or another Patha Bheda is Krishna Sarena. Ayam Punaha Idanimapi. Ayam Punaha Idanimapi. And then there is a verse number 7, Griva Bhanga Viramam. Very beautiful verse. So this Ayam Punaha Idanimapi, this Ayam refers to that Krishna Sara or the Mriga, and then there is a beautiful verse, and this verse is quoted by many poeticians, Alankara Shastrajñas, as the illustration of Bhayanaka Rasa. Okay, the verse we will read, it is not only for the Rasa that we want to read it, it is for the Alankaras also. There is a Swabhavokti Alankara in that, there is Anuprasa in that, so, and plus Rasa with all its ingredients. It is like a Purna, like the Sthayi has to be there, which culminates into the Rasa, but the Alambana Vibhava, Ashrayalambana, Vishayalambana, Uddipana Vibhava, the Anubhava, the Sanchari Bhava, the Satvika Bhava, all the Samagri is fully there, and then this becomes a really very good illustration of Bhayanaka Rasa. Let us first read that verse. Griva Bhangabhiramam Muhuranupatati Syandane Baddha Drishtihi. This is again the Sragdhara meter, the first verse, the Nandi verse was in Sragdhara, and this is also in Sragdhara. And I think I have posted in the group about the Vrittas, so you just can go through the Vritta. This is like a mala, sraj or a srak means a garland. So the words are placed, the syllables are placed as if, like various flowers are placed in a garland. So it looks very beautiful. Griva Bhanga Abhiramam Muhuranupatati Syandane Baddha Drishtihi Paschardhena Pravishtaha Sharapatana Bhayad Bhuyasa Purvakayam Darbhaihi Ardhavalidhaihi Shrama Vivruta Mukha Bhraunshibhihi Kirana Vartma Pashya Udagrapluttatvat viyati bahutaram stokamurvyam prayati. Viyati bahutaram stokam urvyam prayati. So this is the description of a mriga whom Dushyanta is following, okay, to shoot at him. Ayam punaha, ayam Pashya. Pashya is addressed to Suta, of course, okay. Anupatati syandane grivabhangabhiramam muhuhu baddha drishtihi. So this is the description, of, I'll tell you the general meaning, then we'll go word by word meaning, and then we'll read the commentary, and then I will tell you the rasa. Okay, so there are 4 stages in this. This is a very wonderful verse, and we would do it in detail. So this is the picturesque description with vivid, what you can say, photographic details of every action, every minute action, and every other, what you can say, bhava on the face of the mriga. The mriga is going ahead, running, jumping. If you have seen the deers jumping, all the 4 feet are in the air, and when it pushes itself, the hind portion of the body as if has entered its front portion, akunchana, withdrawing the hind portion as if it has entered the purvakayam, and it is afraid that why there is a bhaya. The bhaya is from that syandana, from the ratha which is following it. So bandhana, syandane datta drishtihi or baddha drishtihi. Datta is very common. Baddha, griva bhanga viramam. Griva, the neck is twisted, the neck is turned backwards because the ratha is following. So how far is that ratha? Everybody is afraid of his own life. The animals are not an exception. So this mriga is also afraid of its own life, and it wants to skip the range of the arrow, and therefore it has to keep an eye on the syandana, how far that sandana is, right? And therefore for seeing that, it has to turn its neck and look behind. So griva bhanga, but when it looks like that, it looks so beautiful. Griva bhanga abhirama. The griva bhanga looks so beautiful. And griva bhanga is done for what? This is a hetu. And what is the karya? Syandane datta drishtihi. Okay. And sharapatana bhayat. There is sharapatana bhaya. And that's why, because of that sharapatana bhaya, it gives paschardhena pravishtaha purvakayam. Paschardhena pravishtaha purvakayam. Okay, that is also you can visualize. Swabhavokti is that alankara which creates a picture in front of your mental eyes. These are only words. He is not a painter, but he is more than a painter, more than an artist who creates a pen picture, Shabda Chitra, in front of us, right? So, Paschardhena Purvakayam Sharapatana Bhayat. Okay, then Darbhaihi, it has been grazing, like Swairam. There was no fear. It is Ashrama Mriga. Who will trouble? Who will harass the Ashrama Mriga? And therefore, fearlessly, it has been grazing so long, and suddenly the chariot comes, and whatever darbha, the grass, it had chewn half. Darbhaihi, ardha, avalidhaihi, licking. Avalidha, licking. Darbhaihi, ardhaihi, avalidhaihi, because that mriga is running so fast and galloping, so to say, like a horse. Shrama vivruta mukha bhranshibihi. That darbha which is in the mouth is falling down. Why? From the mouth, because the mouth is open, wide open. Wide open because of what? Because of that vega, because of that speed with which The deer is running, the mouth is wide open. Naturally, if you keep your mouth wide open, whatever is there in the morsel type, that will fall down. And all that darbha is strewn on the path, Kirna Vartma. Vartman, the entire Vartman gets strewn by that half chewed darbha grass. Okay, darbhaihi ardhavalidhaihi shrama vivruta mukhaihi mukha bhramshibhihi, and therefore the Vartma is Kirana. It's all strewn. And Pashya udagraplutatvat, it takes high bounds and leaps. Udagraplu, plu is to jump. Pluta, okay? Udagraplutatvat viyati bahutaram stokamurvyam prayati. It as if looks, that this deer is flying in the air than running on the ground. Stokam, very little. Urvyam, on the earth. Viyati, in the sky. Bahutaram, more. More so in the sky and less time in the on the earth. Okay? What a picturesque description. You can visualize the entire image in front of your eyes, and there are beautiful pictures. When I had done Kalidasa's dramas some 3 years back, 7 days webinar, I had shown some picture also in that. Maybe you can have it on the webinar site on the home study courses. It will be available, right? So it will be available. So this is the general meaning. Okay. Now let us read the commentary also. Commentary of Raghava Bhatta is so beautiful. Very nice. Pashya iti vakyarthasya karmatvam. Pashya iti karmatvam. Kim pashya? The whole verse comes as a karma of pashya, the kriya. Idanimapi, ayam punaha idanimapi. So that is the sentence, and then the verse starts. Idanimapi ayam puraha drishyamanaha mrigaha punaha udagraplutatvat. Udagraplutatvat nama kim? Utkatat plavanat. Utkata plavana, high jump. Okay? Utkatat plavanat viyati akashe bahutaram adhikam prayati prakrishtam yati. Prayati prakrishtam yati iti. Anena gamanasya prakarshaha uktaha. The speed is suggested here. Gamanasya prakarshaha uktaha. Bahutaram iti deshadhikyam uktam. Deshadhikyam sthala. Desha is not desha, the sthala. Urvyam stokam alpam yati iti. On the ground, stokam alpam yati iti. Anena kidruk anu paschat patati syandane. This is, anupatati syandane. Anupatati, this is a very interesting word here, okay? You can feel that patapatati, this is a prathama purusha ekavachana, third person singular of pata. Patami, patati, patataha, patanti, patasi, patatha, patadha, patami, patava, patama. It is not that. This is not a kriya. This is a participle, anupatat. This becomes an adjective of syandana. Kidrushe syandane datta drishtihi, anupatati syandane datta drishtihi. Okay? So the syandana, that is the ratha, which is following the mriga. So anupatati is saptami ekavachana, and this is not a tinganta, this is a subanta. Okay, so this is the first thing the people make mistake. I mean, with little knowledge of Sanskrit, patati, ya, gachati, karoti, patati, likhati, patati. Oh, it's not that. This is anupatat. And then it becomes a participle like gachat, hasat, hasati, bale. Okay, so anupatati. So this is anupatati syandane, paschat patati syandane namarathe, griva bhangena abhiramam yathasya tatha, muhuhu varam varam, baddhadrishtihi datta chakshuhu. Baddhadrishtihi or datta drishtihi. For datta drishti, there is a baddha drishti as a pathabheda, and I feel instead of datta drishti, baddha, one eye is as if glued to that syandana. Okay, baddha drishti. शरपतन भयात् बाणपात त्रासेन, बाणपात त्रासेन, त्रास is भय. त्रास in Sanskrit does not mean मराठीतला त्रास, काय त्रास दिलाय, no. It is त्रास is भय. शरपतन बाणत्रासेन भूयसा आधिक्येन पश्चार्धेन पूर्वकायं प्रविष्टः इव इति उत्प्रेक्षा गम्यते. Okay, so this is utpreksha. That means, see, the word which Raghava Bhatta uses, golaki bhutaha ityarthaha. If the hind portion as if enters the front portion, the front and the hind becomes like one circular, like this. This is the front portion, this is the hind portion. It as if comes into this, all the 4 feet drawn closer. Golaki Bhuta. Such a beautiful image and such a beautiful commentary. Golaki Bhutaha ityarthaha. And then Ardhavalidhaihi, Ardhajagdhaihi, Darbhana, Mukha Antasattve hetuna. Mukha Antaha. The Darbha was inside the Mukha, but then it has half chun. But because of Shrama, Vivruta, Mukha, it is Bhramshi, it is falling down. Okay? So, Bhuyasa, Bhuyeti, Yati, Yati, iti Cheka, Vritti, Anuprasaha, etc. Sragdhara Vrittam, and Atra Bhayanakaha Rasaha Vyangyaha. Okay? So, we read the verse, we had the general meaning, we read the commentary, and now we will see the Bhayanaka Rasa. How there is Bhayanaka Rasa in this. Now, for the Rasa Nishpatti, the Rasa Sutra of Bharata goes like this. Vibhava Anubhava Vyabhichari Sanyogat Rasa Nishpatti iti Rasa Sutram. Okay. So, Vibhavas are 2 types. Alambana Vibhava, Uddipana Vibhava. These are 2 types. In Alambana, there are again 2 types. Ashrayalambanam, Vishayalambanam. Ashrayalambanam, the sthai is entertained in whom he becomes the substratum. Rasasya adharaha, ashrayaha. Kaha? Bhayanaka rasasya ashrayaha kaha? Mrigaha. Right? So, Mriga is the Ashrayalambana. Okay? And what is the Vishayalambana? Kimuddishya rasaha pravartate. Kaha Vishayaha? Syandanam. Okay? Syandana is the Vishayalambana. So, Ashrayalambana is Mriga, and Dushyantasya Rathaha or Syandanam is the Vishayalambana. So, this takes care of the Alambana Vibhava. Ashrayalambana and Vishayalambana. Now comes the Uddipana Vibhava. Vibhavas are 2-fold, we said. Vibhava, 2-fold. Alambana, Uddipana. Alambana again 2-fold. Ashraya, Vishaya. Uddipana is only one. Uddipana is that which, Uddipana is called exciting, which excites it. What is the Uddipana? Anupatat Syandanam. The Syandana, if it were stationed at one place, the Mriga Nishankam, Charet Tatra. But Anupatat Syandanam, it is following at great speed. The Mriga is running with great speed. The Syandana is following with the same java, same rabhas. And therefore, Anupatat Syandana is the Uddipana. And another Uddipana is, there is Adhijya Karmuka Rathi there. So, Sharapatana Trasa. Sharapatana Trasa. That is also another Uddipana. Any moment the arrow would hit the Mriga. So, that is the Uddipana. That's why the Bhaya gets more and more intense, right? Then the Anubhavas. Anubhava is Chaturvidha Abhinaya, it comes in the Anubhava. Chaturvidha Abhinaya. There could be Angika Abhinaya. Okay? There could be Vachika. Now for Mriga there is no Vachika. Okay? Angika Anubhava or Kayika Anubhava. Okay? and Angika, Vachika, then Aharya. There is no Aharya also here, like the Nepathya, the property, the backdrop. It is not that. And the fourth is Satvika. So the Chaturvidha Abhinaya. This is the four types of Abhinaya. All that comes under Anubhava. Anu is following, that which follows. Follows what? Bhava, the feeling. What is the feeling in the mind of that mriga? Bhaya, fear. Fear is the feeling. And what follows? So this is what you can say the psychosomatic expressions of the inner feeling are the Anubhavas. What is Anubhava? The psychosomatic expression. There is a very bad word for that in English, histrionics. I remember history only when I say histrionics. I can't gel with that word. So these are the you can say outward expressions of inward feelings. Okay, that is Anubhava. Okay, outward expressions of inward feelings, and the Bhaya is there as a sthai. Bhaya is there as a stable emotion in the mind of the mriga, and whatever follows bodily becomes the Anubhava. And what is that? Griva Bhanga Virama. What is the Uddipana? The Syandana. And how far that Syandana is, the mriga has to see time and again, and therefore it has to turn its neck. Okay, so Griva Bhanga, that is one Anubhava. Syandane Datta Drishtihi, one eye, like with eye glued to the Syandana. Purvakayasya Purvakaye Paschardhasya Praveshaha. Okay, that is also Angika Abhinaya. Then Ardha Avalidha, the action of chewing is going on. It is, the morsel is there in the mouth. So it will, it is half chewed, and because Shrama is the Vyabhichari, by the way, it is Vachya here, others would be Vyangya. This is Vachya, this is expressed. Shrama Vivruta Mukha. So Mukha being Vivruta and the Darbha getting dropped down, that is also Anubhava. Okay, so all these, and Udagra Plutattva, jumping high in the sky. High in the sky. So that is also Anubhava. So many Anubhavas on the part of the mriga. Plus there is Satvika Anubhava. It might have kampa, little bit kampa. This is Vyangya. Whenever there is Bhaya, there is little bit, trembling, quivering. It's not steady. Bhaya is always having the kampa. And therefore kampa is Vyangya. It is not Vachya. Shrama, of course, is Vachya. Shrama is also a Sanchari or Vyabhichari Bhava. Visheshena Abhitaha Charanti Ye Bhavaha Te Vyabhicharinaha. Vyabhichara has nothing to do with the slang meaning of the word Vyabhichara here. Visheshena Abhitaha Charanti. So these are the fleeting feelings, you can say. This is not a stable emotion, a permanent mood. But these are some feelings which come and go, like the ripples and bubbles and waves in the ocean. Taranga budbudavat ayanti. Yanti ayanti cha. So, and therefore, we abhitaha charanti iti. So, sthai is one stable, permanent mood, that is bhaya, and the other like trasa, shrama, kampa, these are the small feelings. They are not permanently there, they come and go, Okay, so these are the Vyabhicharinaha. So with all this samagri ready, the Bhaya turns into Bhayanaka Rasa. Okay, the emotion of Bhaya turns into the Rasa, and this Rasa Nishpatti, Rasa is enjoyed by whom? By the spectators, by the readers, by you all. Right? So, rasa is meant for us, the connoisseurs, the rasikas. So, whichever is the rasa, ultimate result of that is relish, ananda. Be it rasa, be it bhayanaka, be it karuna, be it veera, adbhuta, what we have as a rasika is, wow, what a beautiful description. How beautifully done. So Ananda, that rasaswada when you take, and then you also do it as a charvana. I want you all to do the charvana. Charvana, ruminating again and again and again. Charvyamanatvat. If you see Abhinava's commentary on the Rasa Sutra in the Abhinava Bharati of Natya Shastra, there are so many beautiful interpretations there, and this is something otherworldly feeling. This Ananda is not an Ananda which you get by wearing a mala, by wearing a beautiful sari, some jewelry, some watch, getting a house and a car. That is a very mundane, empirical type of Ananda. The Ananda which you get by Sahitya, you can remember and relish again and again by remembering it. It is not only Tatkalika. That time also you relish, but even after this, till the next class starts, right? You will have that feeling of rasa in your mind, enjoyed and appreciated again and again. More you enjoy, more it becomes appreciable. Charvyamanatvat. Okay? Aswadyatvat rasaha iti uchyate. That which sarati iti rasaha. Rasa is by, the words are, the syllables have changed their position. The transposition, the metathesis of the syllables through sarati, that which flows from your body. It is not, the entire body gets, when there is a cloth, a clean cloth, you dip it into the water, immediately the water spreads evenly across the clean cloth. Similarly, when your mind is clean, then the rasa, it envelops your entire mind. Like shushka kashtam indhanena. Like the shushka kashta is in a second get engulfed by the fire. Similarly, your mind gets, surrounded by that fig. So this is the rasatva of this Griva Bhanga Viramam. I hope you might have enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it. Griva Bhanga Viramam, and this posture of this mriga is so beautiful. It can be painted, it can be sculpted, it can be imprinted in our mind here, in your computer brain. So whenever you read Griva Bhanga Viramam with closed eyes, you can visualize the entire picture in front of your closed eyes. That is the beauty of it. Griva Bhanga Viramam Muhur Anupatati Syandane Datta Drishtihi Paschardhena Pravishtaha Sharapatana Bhayat Bhuyasa Adhikyena Purvakayam Darbhair Ardhavalidhaihi Shrama Vivruta Mukha Bhranshibihi Kiranavartma Pashya Udagraplutvatvat Viyati Bahutaram Stokamurivyam Prayati. Viyati, Prayati, Anuprasa is also there. Bhayat, Bhuyasa, again Anuprasa is there. So many alankaras, Utpreksha, Swabhavokti, Anuprasa, and over and above the rasa and the dhvani. So this is the thing. And the mriga here is, the thing, the first Ishadisha Chumbita, there was this, the Shirisha Kusumani Avatamsayanti, the enjoyer and the enjoyed. This was the relation between that. Here also this is the enjoyer and the enjoyed. The mriga is not aware that this posture is being enjoyed by the Rathi. And King Dushyanta is Savismayam, he is saying, Tadeshaha Katham Anupatataha evame prayatna prekshaniyaha samvrittaha. Prekshaniyaha samvrittaha. he becomes so charming. I can't, I can't take away my eyes from it. But that also I can't see him continuously because of its speed. He disappears in between and just appears again, because of that speed. Prayatnena eva, hardly he becomes seen or visible, but whenever he is seen, prekshaniyaha samvritta. So this is the enjoyer. Even that, the person who is having that bhaya is, doesn't entertain any other feeling, but the enjoyer, be it Dushyanta, be it you and me, we enjoy that scene. So this is the enjoyer and the enjoyed. The whole Sahitya is meant for that. Sahitya is to be enjoyed, and we are all enjoyers, the Rasikas. I think we should stop here, and we'll take the next. I could hardly finish 2 verses, but I think, this is you. I must give you some time to ruminate, to visit it, revisit, reread, and re-listen to this again and again, and enjoy it as much as Kalidasa did, as much as Dushyanta did, as much as I am doing. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.